Well, we are joined now by Air Force General John Teichert. The general is running, of course, for U.S. Senate, but speaking with us today is a military expert. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Mary, thanks for having me.
And General Teichert, what are the main options, as you see it, as someone who is in the Air Force and the military, for the president?
Hi, we need to do something that allows us to restore or regain deterrence. Deterrence is stopping those that would do you harm from doing those things you don't want them to do. And sadly, because we haven't been responding to over 170 attacks in the Middle East against American positions during the last 4 months, that it has allowed an escalation where Iran doesn't believe that they'll be held accountable. And we need to do something swift and strong to regain that deterrence.
You may disagree with this. Some experts have proposed using economic sanctions and other nonviolent avenues to punish Iran. It sounds like you don't think that's a viable option.
I think that there's a portfolio of options that we should consider, and that includes economic activity. But 3 Americans have been killed, and frankly, it was inevitable because we've been absorbing these attacks for the last 4 months and only responding with pinprick attacks. And it's time to attack something of relevance and significance to the Iranian military, likely in Syria, that will send them the message that America is back with strength, capability, will, and resolve that can restore deterrence.
General Teichert, as we talk about the Middle East, I'd like to talk to you about something the FBI mentions, which is pretty alarming, saying that the Chinese are clearly planning a major cyber attack against the United States. The FBI seems to think this is going to be devastating. Some are probably surprised that they're being so public about it. How concerned are you about this, and what in the world can average Americans do with a looming cyber attack from China, North Korea, or any other state?
Hi, so we don't know if those things are going to take place, but that the root cause of all of it is when America demonstrates weakness, that it entices our adversaries, whether those adversaries are China or North Korea or Iran or Russia or others. And in order for us to stop them from doing the things that we don't want them to do, we've got to demonstrate will, capability, strength, and resolve. And thus far, we haven't done so in the international environment in the last 3 years, and it's made the world a more dangerous place, especially for Americans.
Yeah, I think everybody feels very unsettled at this point. General Teichert, thank you again so much for joining us this afternoon with your expertise. We appreciate it.
Thank you both.